What's happening? Here we are, a.f.c predict, and it's time for a season review. I don't think this one will take too long, to be honest. I think everyone can categorically say it's been an extraordinarily disappointing season. I don't remember the last time we finished as low as 6th. It might have been 1994, if I can remember correctly. And I feel that the way in which we started in terms of the transfer dealings, I wasn't, I'm not saying this in hindsight, I wasn't overly convinced by the Lacazette signing. Not in terms of him as a player, I love him as a player. The wool wasn't being pulled over my eyes because when we signed Sanchez, he came in very early. When we signed Czech, he came in very early. And on both occasions, nothing much happened after that. Same thing happened again here. And then we had the aforementioned Alexis Sanchez looking to leave. We had Oxlade-Chamberlain looking to leave. And we go into the third game of the season just before the transfer window closes, and he's playing both of them in the same team in a 4-0 defeat at Anfield. And you're thinking, what are you doing? Are you giving them like an audition to be sold? And the Alexis Sanchez thing, you can't have your best player hanging over your head in terms of, I'm going to leave the club and there's not a lot you can do about it. Get a replacement in for him. Don't mess about with the Thomas Lemar situation. You're putting in a bid for him when he's on international duty on the last day of the window. It's frustrating. You can't begin a season like that, and I think that is a massive reason why we've petered out in the way that we've petered out. It's really weird to say petered out when that was the start of the season. It's because there was no real cohesion between the team and the teammates, and an understanding of the together goal and what everyone wanted to achieve. That was missing, that was lacking, and I think it just bled out throughout the season. I think for us to never have been that bad away from home, and then to have, like I just talked about, the situation at the start of players leaving, not leaving, contracts not being signed, Ozil, all the uncertainty is, when you're playing at home, you have a certainty, you're used to it. When you're away from home, you need a togetherness, you need a willingness to fight, to battle together. And that wasn't there because of uncertainty. And I do believe that will change next season. We all categorically know that a new manager's coming in. He's going to put his stamp on things, especially if it is Max Allegri, who I genuinely do want, because I do feel that he's got that Italian nature about him. It's hey, you do things my way, that kind of thing. And so I think it's been hard because, we still had a cup final in the Carabao Cup. We had a semi-final of the Europa League. It's difficult to fall short. It's difficult to win trophies, but it's difficult to take as a fan to fall short when we did beat Man City last year at Wembley. Not an awful lot changed between our side and their side, other than basically the mentality. So, and obviously we lost, Sanchez and stuff. So, you go into the European semi-final and you just think, especially when you're watching the first 15, 20, half an hour, 45 minutes, 60 minutes of that game, get the goal, you're thinking, we're going to do them. It's got to be a 3-0 tonight, and unfortunately we made a mistake, and I think things like that will be cut out next year. Overall, a disappointing season, but what I will say has been a fabulous send-off from all the fans. Everyone's together again, I feel. Finally, it's been many years of people not quite being together. It's been, it's there for everyone to see. It's been fractious. It's nice to see everyone get together and say, thank you, Arsene, very much. I've got my T-shirt on the wall. Don't know if you can see that there. Merci, Arsene, from the game on the weekend. I'm thanking him for everything he's done, and I just feel, as a club, we need to move forward. Life goes on, football goes on. Nothing's bigger than a club, and we all want to enjoy it next year. That's the main thing for me, for us to all be able to enjoy our football and to enjoy a competitive nature. We all keep talking about Martin Keown, Tony Adams, Patrick Vieira for a reason now. I don't just think we want to see pretty football now anymore. I think we know that's almost a given at Arsenal. We want to see grit, determination, and a desire to try and be at the very top. It's not easy now. There's not just one team to compete against. There's 5, 6 teams maybe to compete against. I think there's a lot more to come. I think there will be. I think this is pretty obvious. A massive shake-up in the summer in terms of personnel, but also tactics are important. I think it's just good to start the season afresh. You know, the one good thing about Arsenal being there so long and there being so much fractious, disruptions in the crowd is that everyone breathes a sigh of relief, and it's a clean slate for the new man coming in, and the fans are going to play a big part. And I'm very hopeful for next season. Thank you, Arsene, and thank you, a.f.c. Predict.